be happy. It is no party time when the country is not better. It is every party time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacred. They are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They got people that got degrees. They know nothing. The only person with every people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and breakdown of marketeers, building runners, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there. But everything is long without carrying the benefit of. Because we are close.
To the president, it's not a good thing. Yes. You said the president probably is the most corrupt. Thank you so much. Rescue as a nomenclature after winning. I don't talk because God knows why it's happening. And everything I will accept it because our son who is not there to him for the owner will be able to understand if I find it. The penetration completely of the family and the type of potential ruling and the another everything and the provision given for the commissioner if the target from government is here. Ghana now. The APC are coming there. They belong there, coming there. And now we are taking all kind of work, what kind of thing. Belong to other people. Then,
music.
Oh, yes, indeed. Well, a pleasant Tuesday morning. A great day. It feels to be back behind these microphones to engage on the issues that matter most to Liberia's growth and development. What a great way. We'd like to welcome all of you folks, fellow Liberians. Good morning. Good morning wherever you are this morning. Honor our voice. A pleasant welcome to the most fascinating breakfast conversation in Liberia. The Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. Today is Tuesday, and of course we are back to talk to you about all of the most critical issues in the country. And yes, indeed, this is where we speak without fear nor favor. We ensure that duty bearers account for the duties. What kind of country is this? And of course, what kind of government is this? In this country, you lie and you get power. And you lie as president. Just imagine. What kind of government is this? When truth telling, one of the most sacred virtues in good governance and leadership, is flouted on a daily basis. And of course, the president is the chief architect of all of the very dangerous lies, contradictions, inconsistencies, and all of those undermining the fabric of good governance in Liberia. And yes, indeed, that's why we are here to throw light on these things and, of course, expose them to you all. Yes, so we do run two of the conversations yesterday because you know why?
They change their mind. When they give their ground, they change their mind.
It is unusual, abnormal to clearly identify lies from the highest office in the land. And this is no joke. This one has to be condemned, exposed, until the last person in this country hears and knows that indeed the president told a lie about something. Oh yes, we are committed to that. And we are going to sustain this until the last person in the remotest village in this country hears this recording of the president's inconsistency and lies. So that tomorrow when we walk the streets of Monrovia, our hands will be held, our hands will be high in the air. And of course, we'll go there in the interior. Our people will celebrate us. We will not cover. We know all the attempt to compromise and, make our people call you, oh my man, all the other things you don't play the other one, man. They will play it. Say, oh my man, yeah, for that the president, so what? I will get time for that. Yeah, good morning. Too many things to talk about, of course, this morning on the big station, the People Station, Freedom 87.9. Our friends, our fans, our followers, those of you in the diaspora, it's good to have you join us this morning. The breakfast is well loaded as July 17 approaches. As somebody say D-Day, or the prelude, or the beginning to several other anti-government protests that will definitely ensue as we're hearing from other corners. So the government taking it and say, oh, the man, man, you don't do what you're supposed to do. And broadness here go ask the president talking about, So the president knows very well that he has rascals in his government. You see, this is the thing. Your president read a thought, I don't know. The man admits that he has rascals in his government and that He's not to reshuffle. That means he got to be taking the other rascals and putting the other rascal carrying them around. And the president also told a lie that he kind of inherited the rascals and all of that. No, Mr. President, you did not. These are your people you appointed. These are your own people you brought. The people you had in the system that were leaking things for you and exposing state secrets and all of that just to propel your presidency. These are your loyalists. Plus the other sponsors of terrorist things that were happening in this country, people who were sponsoring terrorism in this country, they were bankrolling you, paying for your LEC bill, painting your house, buying gas for your car. Those are the people you are paying and taking care of Katumu Baka Foundation. I'm talking about the real I'm talking about the foundation on the face. The face foundation. Hey, guys, you know. But yes, we'll look at that. And of course, this video that's trending about the motorcyclists that are going to receive the president, I'm told they were disappointed. They were promised. And of course, as much as somebody lied on us yesterday that we talked about this on the show, no, we did not discuss the motorcyclists, but we're going to throw light on it today. President forcing himself to be popular. Right, tell the man, yo, y'all go put the motorcycle together. You can't put it when the motorcycle is not friendly. So go and see my man will get you 20, will get you 50. To infinite when that gather to go there. Come to the hall, the papa say, sleeping you. Just say, oh, then when you see there, come on, race up, get a video, play. Then at 8:30 or thereabout, members of the organizing team, the July 17 protest will be our guests. 2-3 of them will sit with us this morning to talk about the purpose of the protest. Why now? And all you need to know pertaining to the July 17 protest action against bad governance and all of what's contained within their concerns. My name is Abu, and of course, here guys, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, and good morning to Liberians who continue to follow us here closely, following the work we do here. And sometimes we want to appreciate the efforts and all of that, but don't have the opportunity. We are here. This is another opportunity for you to sit back and listen as we prepared here this morning to give you all of what it takes to bring our country back to where it's supposed to be. This is not a country where we serve the president milk and honey. We serve a particular government milk and honey, especially when you are going against the interest of the Liberian people. This is a platform where when the president sits on an international platform or maybe national platform and lie to the public, will come right here with no fear, no favor, and say, hey, Mr. President, you lie. You contradicted yourself not once, not twice, but you contradicted yourself on several occasions. And this is, again, another opportunity. So we are here. We always have the strength. We are always moved by the courage to speak truth to power, not caring about who our friends are or which position they are in as much as we respect friendship. We don't respect the ones that go against the norms and culture of our society and the progress of our country. So this is another opportunity for you to sit back and follow a fearless conversation here this morning. And Abu and I are going to push you through up to 10 o'clock here. And let me say welcome again.
Higa, how's the by-election in District 5?
Yeah, the by-election is ongoing there in District 5, but not many of those individuals who were involved into the senatorial elections are currently involved, talking about the vice president and of course the likes of even the newly elected senator, or the announced the senator of our neighbor in Samuel Koga, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. But again, the MDR being the party of the party in Nimba County there have said they got a candidate, and there are things going. The shocking thing is,
so UP has a candidate.
The guy from the MDR is being backed by the Unity Party, and the shocking thing is the guy is even using the late Senator Johnson picture. Oh, the guy is using Senator Johnson. I don't know why people don't sit and believe that they are able to make
Yeah,
life.
politics is local now here. So you gotta understand. So,
But Abu eating a dead man.
no, but if the dead man comments,
So the dead man in his grave is endorsing you too.
basically, I think he's trying to ride on the sentiment that's shared for the dead man, and, you know, the sentiment of the people there. So he's basically trying to exploit that. Understand how, you know, the people of Nimba, particularly District 5, feels about Senator Johnson. That's his home district, right? And all of that. So, and the way he's idolized, and, you know, using him, you know, to generate some level of solidarity vote for him. I believe
So Abu, for me, all of that isn't important. You think about it.
Koga used the dead man. Koga John what the man body is.
So that's what I'm saying. All of that isn't important, Abu. You in elections, you should be presenting yourself as a better choice. Tell the people why you are capable of doing what you've done before, what you are capable of doing, how you intend to do all of what you intend to do, and let the people decide. But again, yes. So again, I don't blame them because the way our people, I know one quarter, quite grow something like that. I think. He's the guy who, you know, the city vice president. He's the project, the project, and the project management waiting for the vice president. And so, yes, that's where we are. The second thing is, even during the rainy season, the guys are carrying machines to create a model. That's where we are. The government promised that they were going to ensure that no car get stuck in any part of the country.
So that means in Nimba now, anybody that couldn't want to be putting oil, but the next time you put here, cook to run for another.
Maybe that where we heading. Let's wait and see between now to 2029 all of those elections, or maybe let's just talk about the 2029 elections. Let's see what it will be like. Most definitely, it's going to be inner cycle, and which is not going to be good for our politics.
Yeah, certainly. I don't know how the rest of Nimba are going to see that, but indeed, this is what it is. Since the definition of Nimba politics has always been heavily about, you know, I know this is all of the counties though, but Nimba seems to take it to another level.
Like we said the last time, the two counties involving, I think, Bartley, and they are Nimba and of course Nimba and how you call it, Lufa. Those two counties are very terrible when it comes to the issue of tribal politics. They don't care. What they care about is
investment.
Higa is one of our own. Higa from the country. Higa is a man man. Higa is a Geo man, and that's bad. That is something that I always told people have the propensity. We have the propensity to derail the peace of our country, because when other group of people feel marginalized and feel like they got no other options around, they will move into a way that things will not be correct for our country. But again, this is where we are.
So I wish them all of the best. But yeah, folks, we're back. We're here, and of course, ready for business. Today is $4,000, $5,000, and $10,000. Of course, just like yesterday. And all you have to do is grab your Lone Star cell phone. Make sure you have at least 50 Liberian dollars on it, or 25 cents equivalent. And it's *255 *1#. For those of you using the smartphones, *255 *1#, and then you're qualified to win yourself bumper prizes, 4,000, 5,000, and 10,000. Get your lay 10,000. You buy a lay one bag already. Keep it to your heart, because Thursday, everybody be jogging around the city. That jogging will be on.
Thursday is going to be the people's day to speak out. So maybe we don't know where it is.
Yeah, certainly. You know,
stores owners could decide to close their stores. Drivers could decide to stay away from the street. Motorcyclists could decide to rest. And some could
but if you store owner, and you know, and how you call, girl come on to you say you keep your store open, keep it open. If you parent, girl come on to you say send the children to school, send them to school. Just care less. Right? Don't take your own precaution. My man Gregory, you see Gregory Ballet, how Ballet looking, I in fact enjoying. You see, so government official getting fast. See Jeremy Pia, see Daniel Sano, see even Dylan Flesh now come on a boom. So I mean that is a clear indication. You can't have one group of people enjoying the country and the other group of people suffering. The people you can see shining, the Ballet looking okay, they gotta be in government. Even the color brigade and said, look at the beginning that said they were having a press conference for counter protest. Drag Lincoln, they say in London, they say they having counter protest. Hungry, you see poverty all in them. Then they say they having a press conference for counter protest.
But these are not serious-minded individuals. Again, this is where we've reduced. This is how much we've reduced our country. This is why you will see the politician would now want to develop the human capacity of Liberians, because they want to get us stuck in this kind of lifestyle where they use our ignorance, they use our suffering. They will come around, give you money, and tell you, say, go release a statement, my man, you go talk, you go speak. They give you, because they are not involved, they are not interested into vocational programs. How many government ministers or even the Ministry of Youth and Sports, what's the interest you see that it is showing in TVET education across our country? No, the ones we got, they are partly not functioning now, because people when they go and sit there, but practical materials are around, because they want you to learn something so you be able to give back tomorrow and you be able to get something for yourself where they will not be able to use you. That's why it is. That's why you see Mele Mo Ali then you passing around using our country money to be inciting young people to say, you go release statement, you go see this, you go see this. Then they come in, and that's where I will have issue with that release.
Useless
that release, yes, that's where I will come into. That's why I will have issue with the release sent out by the Unity Party. That completely is deception. That release, if you look at the content of the release, it proves that the government isn't even serious, and it's just seconding that the ones who are currently seated in the glass house are the ones who are trying to throw stone, which is not going to be good for even your own house. So you cannot be a sitting government and you think you are smarter than somebody. You want to play double politics. You want to play the tricky politics. No, you can't be telling people, say, oh, yeah, man, go and Abu. There are people that they are planting. They are using like the bot naked.
Mm-hmm.
They are using human being like bot naked to get involved into threatening the peace of our country, threatening Liberians who have decided or who are planning to exercise their constitutional responsibility. They are threatening them. They are threatening to get planted amongst them to cause chaos. And today, the government is not speaking. The Unity Party is not speaking against Botneke, but they want to swerve the public's attention from the real issue that the main person they're using in Botneke. They want to swerve our attention from that and push it towards this group of hungry young people who have no sense of direction for themselves, and which is terrible for our country. But just us, Liberians are preparing between now to Monday to Thursday. They have prepared, and they are said they are going to exercise their constitutional rights according to Article 17. So if you think you will go there to cause chaos, of us, we don't want it to be that way, because we know what the repercussion could be, and that's why we don't want us to reach that point.
Fair enough. Let's recognize our folks joining us, and please kindly share the live. We are going to have a very fiery conversation here this morning, because the issues about protests, no matter what, any which way, we have to assess the basis. It is important to understand whether these bases are justifying all that. So just wherever you are this morning, all you need to know about why a group of Liberians are contemplating and of course have organized and playing very properly to challenge the government misdeeds, and of course wanton corruption, and of course mysterious death, secret killings, police brutality that continues unabated, and of course patriots have organized themselves to say, look, enough is enough, and it's important that we hear from them to understand why at this point.
So, like Abu said, we're here, and today is, of course, Tuesday. So, we're here to give you money while we have conversation here this morning on our program. So, why you follow us for just $50 Liberian dollars? For just $50 Liberian dollars, you're talking for just $50 Liberian dollars. We will we give you out here. We giving you between 4,000 to 10,000. That is, you can win 4,000. You could win 5,000, 6,000. But it is between 4,000 to 10,000, and it's depending on how much you play, how many times you play. And today we're using just $50 Liberian dollars. So for every play, you're going to be charged $50 Liberian dollars. And all that you have to do, just that star 255 star 1 hash for the button phone users, and people like us who are using the button phone, just that star 255 star 1 hash, and then you be asked which currency you want to play from. You choose to play from your LD, which will be charged $50 or maybe 25 cents from your USD account. Then yes, you stand a chance to receive anything between 4,000 to 10,000. Or for the smartphone users, you dial star 255 star 1 hash for prompt respond, and you dial star 255 star 1 hash, and then the same thing, $50 Liberian dollars or 25 cents USD is going to be deducted. And then yes, with that, you stand a chance right here to win for yourself between 4,000 to 10,000 this morning. So let's start up first to recognize some of our Facebook followers here, beginning with Venetia's Junior Bar. He says, I'm following from Nekru Town. Joseph D. Nima says, good morning, Freedom FM. Thanks so much for everything you guys do for our country. Baye Joshua says, good morning, Abu and Higa. Anthony Nyonde says, following. Buema Bolster Bandy says, I'm following from Jamaica Road. Roland Sua. Roland Sua says, good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia. I'm Roland Sua, watching from Johnsonville, Kangastan community. He says that. Henry Tito Jr. says, good morning. I'm watching from my residence in Caldwell. Thanks for the information to our country, Mama Liberia. He says that. Amarai Jala Kamara says, good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia family. I am following live from Brussels. Victor Akintuna says, good morning. I'm following from my Gibi County. Kopo Passaway is following. Abu Bakar Sharif says, good morning, namesake. I'm Abu. I'm following from Vartown. He says that. Hassanatu Song says, good morning, Abu. I'm watching from Brewerville City. Mohammed Balu says, I'm following from Brewerville City. Mohammed said July 17 is a must. He says that. Johnson Dollar says, good morning, guys. I'm watching you from my New Jersey resident. Marie B. Colley says, good morning, and she's following. She says that. Usher Ramos Allison says, good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia. This is Usher Ramos watching from my end. Do community, and thanks for the update. We've further insight. That's what he says. Anwar Taylor says, good morning, guys. Watching from Michigan. Thanks for the update. Patrick G. Bala says, good morning, good people. I am watching from Pipeline. Man Sophie's son says, good morning, guys. I'm watching you guys from my room in Caldwell, New Georgia inside. He says that. Chelsea Firstborn Yaya Kruma says, good morning to the Freedom FM family. My name is Yaya Kruma, and I am following the show from the western region of Liberia this morning. Charles J. Freeman says, I'm watching from Kakata, Gibi County. Otis Barkley is next. He says, good morning, family. I am following the conversation from Mandona Street this morning. James Lamy followed Otis. James Lamy says, good morning, Abu and Hagar. Good morning, James. Tumete Gadier says, good morning, Freedom FM. Moya Sheriff says, I'm following. Rosanna Bobo says, good morning following from Batnersville. Christopher Pinky Yana says, following from my Congotown resident. Leonard Williams, I'm watching from Painesville Red Light Basseltown community. Peters Emmanuel says, good morning, my Freedom family. May the Almighty God continue to be with you guys. Amen. Ansu Coleman says, I'm following from the economic freedom fighters of Liberia. Okay. Maybe passing. Yeah. So Stephen Fowler says, Stephen Fowler Jr. says, I am watching with you guys. Thank you. Otto G. Johnson. Good morning. I am following from around the Freeport. Thanks for the show. Liberia is getting there. July 17th, the day. He says that. Junior Sequan says, good morning, my guys. Abu and Hagar. I'm watching from my end, Batnersville Road. It is good to listen to Freedom FM in the morning before leaving my home. Thanks for the balanced analysis. God is your protection. He says that. Agatha Seba Double Kaduri says, good morning. I'm watching from Brewerville. Abraham O. Dennis says, good morning, Freedom family. I'm watching from Mount Barkley. Okay, Intellectual Mind says, watching live. A Valley Kura says, good morning, Freedom FM family. I am following live from Banjul, the Gambia. Okay, Abraham Yo-Yo says, good morning, Freedom. I am following from South Korea. And thanks to all of you for following. You can send in your reaction to our talking points here this morning. And all that you have to do, just continue to share the live and, of course, send in your comments to our conversation here, and we will read it out for you. So, yes.
That's correct. So, we're about to kickstart business. And, of course, like we said, this morning, we're going to be very, very tough on a lot of issues, and too many people are going to feel somehow about the conversation. But trust us, we are doing it actually in the best interest of our country, and really do not care about the narrow perspective of sycophantic individuals out there who only care about what's going in their pockets and all that. So, having recognized, I sent you the video, right?
Yeah, I got it already.
So we'll load the video. Right, but there's this thing I'm seeing a lot of UP folks celebrating the resignation of a CDC county chair. I don't know how that has become a news. You see, it is not difficult to see that a government is feeling and it is useless and they have nothing much to do. That all of the ministers and of course heads of agencies will be celebrating that one person resigned from the opposition party, and it become a news to celebrate for them. I don't know. I don't really understand the details, the intricacies of the resignation, but the fact that for them. So what that says is that Kuba passed away and all his people, and their overriding objective is about CDC. They're not focusing on the Liberian people anymore. They focus just the CDC, right? When a home is caught with fire, you don't see them showing empathy and caring and talking about those ones. They ignore it. Yeah, the people deserve to die. They deserve to lose their home. When flood entering people, they don't make this one news. You don't see ministers empathizing, with the folks. The people know that you are there with them. You don't. But the 30,000 generator man will jump, all of them will be passing around. These guys are so very, very irresponsible, useless, and good for nothing. But anyway, this is exactly what it is.
So, Abu, like you said, our brothers are disappointing Liberians daily. There are too many trending national issues that are unfolding. Talk about the issue of flooding. We are in the rainy season. Liberians are being made homeless. Liberians are waking up and realizing that their homes have been overtaken by water. Over the weekend, we got two terrible news of fire incidents. One on the old road and another that led to the reported death of 3 persons in Dupont Road, including a pregnant woman.
You did not see one minister share or sympathize with
all of these things are things that should grab the attention of the ministers.
They are too sensitive.
When the
Wicked
president
leaders.
chooses to give you the opportunity, he gave you the opportunity because you are the direct representative of the people. You live with them in the community. Not many of them have access to the president. Not many of them will have easy access to the president as it will be with you. So when you are given the opportunity, your interest. Patrick Honda live around the GSA. That's where I know that he's supposed to be living. I say he has left from there. So you got the people living with you around. Things are happening to them. GSA is one of the communities that can experience flooding. People are there living with you. They are faced with challenges. You are not echoing their situation. When LEC transformer blow off there, it is not your interest. But when belly-driven individuals who are seeking survival at the expense of government finance and government money and taxpayer money, when they resign to bootleg the government, then it becomes news. Then you will see supporters, you will see officials posting, sharing. Let me say this to you. For me, I told somebody, I say, these people, you see people passing today, you see people running from one political party to the government. It is obvious. You see some people trying to make some denigrating statements against their own party and all of that only because they want to build interest and alliance with the current party, the current ruling party. It is obvious because these are people who cannot live without government resources. These are people who believe that the only way that we can survive is at the expense of taxpayer money. These are people who got consultancy contracts all around. So because they don't want their contract to be terminated or sabotaged, they resort to bootlegging the government, denigrating the party that made them. It is obvious. You have these things between now to 2027, 2028. Even during the period of the elections, you will see people crossing that they want to call political transfer window. You will see people crossing. So how is it even on news today that somebody will resign from the ruling party, let's say, or somebody will resign from the CDC or even the ANC and join the Unity Party? No. Maybe we can say make news when somebody resign from the CDC and join the ANC.
We do not know whether they've actually decided to join, but the idea of everybody
I know of that in my country.
Putting and celebrating, right?
I know of that.
Does not make sense because the thing is, when one person leaves, another person will fill in the gap. It is not like there will be no chairman for CDC in Bonkante anymore until that king don't come. No, so it is stupid to be running around celebrating all of these things, right? In fact, the issues about the people are way more bigger than these things. People will associate and they will disassociate, and it's called for under our laws. But we want to see an empathetic, public officials. We want to see public officials who takes the community issues to be theirs, right? When they are flooding, you see videos, right, of a minister that lives in the community, identifying with the people, rallying the youths, and intervening into flooding situation, into fire and thing. But you are hiding from the people. You are hiding from the people. They don't even see you, right? These are the things you're supposed to be doing, and this is why the Larampo will come out, right? You use the cyclists. You collected money from the people. I'm told some 12 to $14 million that you collected through fees and registration and all of those things, right? And later on turn your back on them and treated them like outcasts in their own country and drove them and denied them the right to move around freely with protection and all of that. After assuring them in several meetings that, look, when you buy your safety gears, you appear decent, you put your reflector jacket, you put your shoes on, blah, 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 you get your helmet. Trust me, you'll be allowed to move in the city. This is what is done in Rwanda. This is what is done in Kenya. So we have to do that. We have to do the same here. You can be riding the streets with dirty jackets and all of those things. So they conform. You took money from them. You make fool out of them. The president has never ever uttered a war towards that, towards the cyclist situation in this country. He has ignored and uttered as if to say they are non-human, they are non-existent. He has left them, abandoned them, turned his back on them. Those very young people, right, who are very, very ungrateful to President Wuya, who came and saw their concerns and opened the place for them. They said, look, they didn't want that. They fell for Bwaka rhetorics of bringing all of the companies back. They say, we want job. We won't be riding motorbike. We want job. Agree? Let's say the arguments based on what was available to them was justified, and they made a decision. They went, they supported you, Mr. Bwaka. And you became president. What did you do? You sent Gregory Como. And he chased them out. Used baton. Look at the situation that happened down Slayway. The cyclists that died there. Up to now, no report, no accountability, nothing whatsoever. That child died free. Several other cases around the country. Now, the president went for a very failed, useless, unproductive engagement in America, came back after disgracing the country, and came back right on the airport and lied deceitfully. Then you all went and organized, lying. Why you treating the country like this? And I said nobody should talk about that. And yet the president talking about rascals. Yes, of course, you have social rascals in your government. Criminals in your government. Hardcore criminals.
But how you don't expect the people to be rascal when the president himself is portraying himself to be that kind of.
So yeah, right. So how you treat the people like that? Motorcyclists are hustling in their very tight confinement, right? They are hustling. Then you tell them, say, look, the president coming. They say, you can't go there. Okay, each person $20, $50, according to different narrative. So the guys gathered there. But I'm told it was born out of the idea that one of either their leader or the head of the cyclists in Kakata Mangibi, who has gotten appointed as superintendent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So his appointment came when the president was away. So in a way to show screen, that our service thing. So he talked to a few of his friends, man, you gotta go boost my morale. The president, I can't, let you go past and be 130 from the president. The president knows it, yeah. So you get, then John Keyon
got involved.
John Keyon too saw the opportunity. He go lie. He always lying. How he got his job? When he lied to the man and said, my man, the president, man, organized 50-50. So I'm gonna go meet the president. The president won't talk to you. The turn go, they created the scene. You people flower. They say, oh, the motorcycle then staying with Bwaka. Motorcycle then staying with then y'all gonna watch you because we know you're not ain't good. That cow people friendship. Complete cow people friendship. So when the beginning of the thing, they were waiting for her. They want to know that our 20 ball, 50 ball came for. The manager, boom, ping, Bwaka coming. Oh, everybody passing. They say, oh, so all of us surprised. Bwaka in motorcyclists. Not need a deception to put the children in. Brought the children. Can't get it now. Again, see John Keyon, again, see their money. Say, but what going on? 10 minutes pass, 20 minutes pass, 20 minutes, 30, 40, almost an hour. Say, but then we got a result. So I had a result. We have the video here. Here, I will play the video so that you all will see the disgruntlement that ensued. The moment motorcyclists who we were told they voluntarily went to receive the president. It turned out that they did not go. They were coerced and bribed to go there. But unfortunately, as always, they did not pay the people money.
So what I really find it difficult to understand, to actually prove what?
That he's popular.
I will be giving money to somebody in 5 minutes or so. So all that you have to do is to dial *255*1#. If you are using the button phone, *255*1#, and then you the option will be which currency you want to play from, your LD or your USD account. But at least you should have $50 or more on your Liberty account or 75 cents or more on your USD account. And when you do that and enter your PIN, you stand a chance to receive between 4,000 to 10,000. Depending on how many times you play, you could win 4,000, 5,000, or maybe close to 10,000 or so. And then for those using the smartphone, dial *255*1#. Okay, the same thing. Enter the currency you want to play from, and then enter your PIN, and then you stand a chance to receive between 4,000 to 10,000. So between now to at least 8:30, we can do a draw at 8:30. So let's give you the next 12 minutes or so to play, and then we do or draw. At least we want to double up this morning, so we gave out plenty of money. We good? We want us to take?
Yeah, please let's
Let's
take the
get
video.
to let's get to this.
For those of you that missed the scene,
It's
play it for you.
interesting. You're going to enjoy the hour.
The president did not only lie on comprehensive, he also lied to the cyclists on the very same
The
day.
president,
All
the
happened on
president
the
did
same day.
not. Let me clarify. The president did not say comprehensive.
Yeah, the president said he did not say comprehensive. For the video there, it said the most
The most
comprehensive,
comprehensive,
scientific.
the most comprehensive.
Confident.
You
Honorable Speaker,
Comment on that.
distinguished members of the 55th Legislature, I am pleased to report
Yeah, let's get it. So for those of you following us,
You've seen the cyclists, you've seen the president compound, you've seen the vicinity, and you're hearing the discourse.
this is it.
You know, Mr. President, in no time, you have lost your touch with the people. In no time, you've lost the base. Mr. President, in no time, because you've angered all of the segments of the people, you've angered the civil servants, you've angered the regular hustlers, you angered the cyclists, even the taxi cab, right? You've angered them. You've angered the street hawkers. Mr. President, your government is unprepared to undertake any meaningful transformative development initiative in the life of the people, but all you are involved with is targeting them and denying them a chance to survive. And this is why they're angry. So to prove a point, these things should be organic. These things should be citizens just rallying among themselves to say, oh, you know what, the president won, the president performed well, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we're coming in our Junes. But, Mr. President, come to think about it. When you started off newly, you used to, you know, pass around like the regular presidents. But you notice that you are getting booed in corners. When you're passing, you come up with 10 their back. They're doing different things. They don't even care. The security boy say, oh, we got to stage manage this thing. So you know what? We'll literally a minute ahead. You'll clear the whole screen file. We'll make sure everybody stands still while the president passes to create a scene. That has not been the case with the president. You have to take cue from these small things. You have to take cue from these small things. Look at the level of deception in your interview with Rodney C. Something we'll talk about tomorrow. Clear called bold-faced deceptions. I don't know how is the president really in touch with the reality. Sometimes I'm left pondering over how, you know, connected the president is with the realities under his watch. He seems like a man sitting up there and has zero clue about what is happening beneath. See this embarrassment right from your, no matter you go or you come down, international media capture it, the world capture it through social media. It's all over. People are making fun out of it on TikTok. You think you deserve these things, Mr. President? Do you think about them? The image, the branding. This is destructive to your brain as a president, and you have your sickle friends around you who are stealing from you, from the country. I say, you, what you get? Where is that? They're stealing from the country. And somebody say, oh, the president spoke good English. So good English, you can't, you tell the people you're getting 2020, like you carry the poaching, you tell them from way out, more. Some of them from where? Some of them from way Kakata. They go there. They're expecting a 2020 in Akana. You already finished making a political morale. Pay the children money now you can. Pay the children money you can. Folks, the reason why all of these things are
The
important.
president was living alone, so he will live alone.
So you tell the mother about loan. My beginning that loan, you say your way, the president will pay later.
Yeah.
Right? So that is that. But we are not surprised by these things. We have pinpointed a lot of inconsistencies with the president and his comments and of course his commitments. He speaks with a kind of boldness. He speaks when you hear Bwaka tune, it's very deceptive. When you hear a tune come across very responsible, and you think, but that deception is clothed with deception. It is only with time that you uncover Bwaka's deception. And only when you are blindfolded, that's when you probably will refuse to accept, or even those in his cycle know so very well. I can say that because I know there are a lot of people that were displeased. I mean, as we speak now, the folks at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have not taken paid. A lot of them are complaining. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sarah Beslow Yanti passes around and carry herself like some kind of diplomat, but that she know a jing thing about. She just passing around doing too. And I don't know how you can call it. Just passing around, man. She just passing around. Absolutely. She read nothing. Clear cut definition of what kind of policies, what kind of foreign policies she's actually engendering and all of that. 1 minute she say
You got the report
a
on
video call
on the amount spent on lobbying.
Yeah, I said
21 million.
21 million
just for lobbying.
right? Yesterday, we talked about it yesterday with the other countries passing around, wasting the country money. You say they were telling all on spoon talk. Sarah Beslow is like best ambassador. All of them seen that you can hear spoon talk about Sarah Beslow Yanti anymore. And at that they is promoting you. You and now other men Dr. Nyan who say that Mpox time nobody will do close contact. The men join go to their club. Dr. Nyan, right? They say that Mpox you can get it to human contact, blah blah blah. Just you reduce physical interaction. Who the men go to club? Broker that the people then your point. Nyan, what fighting? Go to Star Base and go see the librarians are dying there. The man who's presiding over our Enfield, the man join you go for liquor and small children bending, go to club. Liquor and small children bending, the man say his daughter used to be passing around calling himself scientist, like scientist. Oh, they own spoon talk, scientist. La lying le hair. Yeah, now they go gain Enfield. In Paris, say you go to D Calabar stand there. Oh, with to D Calabar. So what do you want to say? Come for import. Then you say with to D Calabar.
You're not good at go celebrate import.
These people are very, very unserious comrade. So we have the Pape video here. I mean, the idea of a president saying one thing and boldly lying. Say, I don't say, tell a kindergarten children. Oh, I say, I don't say comprehensive. Yaka. Right? This regular kindergarten attitude. And to be seen the president demonstrating these things is very disgraceful and, of course, unrepresentative of the image of the country. And this is embarrassing, shamefully embarrassing. I saw one video from an American. Look at how disgustingly denigrating she sounded about the president's reaction to Trump's diplomatic humiliation. Look, what happened in Washington was a diplomatic humiliation, and there is no way to put it. This is exactly what it is. A sitting president, a sovereign head of state, sits before another sovereign and be there, yes sir, just on a watchman or gate ball, right? What kind of thing is that? And when you talk about it, you got the poo plantain, chicken fly and passing around here, talking, they probably get wisdom. That wisdom there, that thing look like wisdom to you? Somebody said I'll be doing yes sir, you say that wisdom? How you running the country here? Can't take watchman attitude and carry that beggar syndrome. Take beggar syndrome and carry it. Because and when you do when Costa and saying ego, he say, oh yes sir, nephew. The ego now he carry that scene, yes sir, boot licking, beggar attitude to Washington on a serious platform. All the president you saw down there, yeah, any of them talking yes sir? Yeah, anybody talking yes sir? Then your kind of be pampering all kind of thing. You think Liberia is a lesser country than the rest of the other? No, yeah, we are members of the Committee of Nations, and of course we are caught under all international law, the same respect. We're treated by the same laws, but it is with the leadership that preserve the sovereignty. But if you have, a man with a kind of slave-like mentality, and he has to be, I don't know, the main thing that Commonwealth or that colonial period, yes sir. Then he fool him too. You saw him fool that in sit down here. Yes sir. You want those sorry for they say, oh yeah, the other man they got kind of small team my mentality. They say, oh Mr. President, yeah, you talk about the survey, and they say I did not say comprehensive. What did you say? The recording right here. I did not say comprehensive. This is both-faced lying.
It's the most comprehensive. So let's see, *255* 1 hash. Let's see whether we've reached somewhere. So *255* 1 hash for botting phone users like us. But people like Abu can use *255* 1 hash, and then yes, that's what it is. You stand a chance right here to win for yourself a cash prize of between 4,000 to 10,000, and we're making efforts to give. Still got something. Still got threshold to be met. Still need 2 more persons. So let's see. Let's wait to see. Yes, let's wait to see.
Just bring our man in.
Okay.
So let's take a few calls while we wait. So *255* 1 hash, *255* 1 hash for people who get phone like Higa Gonna. Make sure you double the hash. The BB people in there. The iPhone 16 Pro Max people about we are late to the wedding. But when you see how the wedding, like this is the wedding be pumping but folks, 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104 are the numbers to call, and of course you'll be live. And I'm told. So yes, let's take calls on this. Cyclists, maybe some of you are part of the whole show, and on that day. So you want to speak to us about how you felt about that, and of course the level of leadership inconsistency, deceptions, and of course contradiction that we continue to see coming from the highest office in the land. What does that make you feel? What does it leave you with in terms of your hope on the president's full implementation of his promises, his campaign manifestos, and all of that? Do you have faith that with all of these deceptions and contradictions, the president will live up to his promise for the country? Cool, right? So 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 886 500 104 are the numbers to call. And you'll be live on the show this morning. We'll take quite some calls, and then we get ready to speak with our guys. A very long marathon conversations around the protests that's pending for the day after tomorrow. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning to Ega.
Good morning.
This is Washington Swoop, and I call from Israel.
Go ahead.
Abu, I think we are in a very serious trouble in this country, because the man who's supposed to pressure on his official so they can be serious, they can be sincere to the Liberian people. The man is second line. So what you expect from the other people? Everyone out there beginning with the plan of leading this country. There's no serious manner government official from the president to the lead man in the party that's leading this country. None of them, everyone in the market is what to get for themselves.
Okay.
The white president, that's how he disgrace our country of the sitting president, friend of the friend president, as just when they do big, they put in your pocket. It's so sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it is. It's so embarrassing. And this is about the country. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Benedict. I call you from Central Florida.
Go ahead, Benedict.
Yeah, one of the cardinal responsibility of the devil is to lie. So he had a leadership that pronounced that they are going to work with the devil, no matter what happens. So they should not have. I mean, I'm considering this to be anything strange. I think at least one day we should expect to see more. Regarding the protest, I think.
No, we have not reached there yet. Good morning. Good morning. Are you sounding like you just gave us so when you hear a president doing yes, so you say me I lost hope. No hope again. Oh my God. Okay. 3 more calls. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Good morning, thank you for the program.
William, go ahead, man. Let's hear you, bro.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Abu, that is a gift for that. They get sure. Let me tell you something. I've been doing myself for 9 years old. I've been state president. It's all getting gifts that the deputy secretary or state to present that gift. So, for that.
No, but I mean, they give not serious gift, no.
That's why I say they get rapport people and bring it. They get rapport people and the next thing that who made them say, President Bwaga. He said he went to us, he made us something, he shared with that day. China, the China, he closed China completely and the Republic. The Republic said that yes, sir, who made that insult to President Bwaga.
No, diplomatically, that insult. That one, but no some diplomat will tell you say that good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one there. I'm telling you, as a student of diplomatic studies. Me. Hello. Good morning.
My name is Kel. I call from Jacobstown.
Yeah, Color Brigade. Let's hear you.
Yeah. So I have one of my.
I see that day when you're working with Color Brigade, you not answer. So I keep calling you Color Brigade.
So I already understand that tactic. You know.
So you working with them or you're not working with them?
So in fact, I have one of my big brother who always said to me,
no, they're not hearing your B-roll story. You go tell that one point FM. Contribute to the issue. Or you can hear your B-roll story.
I'm contributing to the issues, right? So Abu or Heka, or I'm not responsible for anybody misfortune. Whether you want to go to school, that is not my business.
So you drop from school now, and us who get misfortune.
So
you're supposed to be in school. You're not in school. What they doing? Calling on during the
issue of comprehension. People lacking comprehension, that is up to you. I'm not responsible.
Who's in care? You know, raise some money so we pay the begin school video to continue the school. But then you see him. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
Higa. How are you, sir?
Yeah, we are good. Let's hear you. We're relatively okay. We comprehensive.
Yeah, yes. No, I wouldn't want to tell you, sir. When that boy you told us,
you want to say Abu the money? Who want to say Abu the
money?
Yes, sir, my man. Yes, I want to tell you, President Bro. Oh, yes, sir, also.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, my brother. So let's
give money to somebody.
Give money, and I'm sorry we can't continue with the calls. Our guests are already in the studio, so let's pay out some money to our winners, and then we go straight into our main conversation this morning on Freedom 87.9, and of course. These are very, very interesting moments in the country. And look, the matter is quite simple. And there is no way you can run away from it. I've had several interactions with entrepreneurs in this country, with business mongols, right? And they complain. You see, you the layman out there, you're sitting in a taxi, probably you beg somebody for copy, and then you come into town, you're defending Bwaga because you really do not understand what it means to be responsible. And that's the only way you'll be defending Bwaga in the face of all of these hardships.
Okay, let's give money to somebody here. Star 255 star 1 hash. Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Morning, I'm okay. This is Higa, and I'm here with Abu. Did you play the cash giveaway this morning on Freedom FM?
I played this morning. I played.
Today you played it. And how many times you played?
I played that $250.
250. So that is to say you play 5 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least you've won for yourself 4,000 like Brenda. Let's check up on your phone money.
Wow, thank you very much. Wow, that's today. I'm very thankful to me.
Yeah, so check your phone money there, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
All right, so star 255 star 1 hash for the smartphone users.
Jeremiah Kuhn and Mountain Collie's Variety News is reporting that in Grand Jide County, a PSU chief was beaten by an AFL personnel
I sort of be.
at daughter's birthday party. The post are not coming out, but look, folks, this break with Crime Step Up. Once we come back, we engage our friends from Stand and his collaborating partners in the organization of this July 17th protest. This is Freedom 87.9. We'll be right back.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, don't report it. Don't take law in your hands. Follow your authority. But it can't take your luggage. Crime Stopper here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you reach or you go. If you see a you must take it. I mean you judge it. Do it for safety. If you see a don't keep it. I'm about to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's go for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it before them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-opening, Homeland Samsaya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's come in for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's not be crime for all of us.
Yes, indeed. Crime Stopper Liberia is the official sponsor and, of course, partner of the Freedom Money Rise and Freedom 87.9. And welcome, folks. This is the final lap of the conversation, and we're very, very pleased to have with us this morning for breakfast two fine gentlemen, all representing the committee organizing the July 17th protest. And, of course, they will introduce and tell us exactly the different institutions they represent and where they stand with this whole July 17th. So let's go across the table. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. So thank you for your cozy studio. I can stop freezing, man. They play too cool.
Yes, sir. But yeah, this is it, man. You are looking all smiling.
Yeah.
And, what does that interpret as? That's life for you.
Life is okay. Firstly, my name is George Estemer. I'm the head of secretariat for the famous July 17th enough protest. Yeah, I'm smiling because despite the many threats and NSA paying all that kind of plenty money to be having intelligence on us.
That's what I'm thinking. You should be worried, But
it's like the same way they are paying intelligence to look after us. It's the same way that we are also being monitored. Like me, I'm a promoter of the International Labour Organization. I graduated from the Global Labour University, so I'm an investigator on labor matters in Liberia. And not only that, but I also report to the Global Labour Column. It's on Facebook. You can check that, where we always discuss.
I think I've seen some.
Perfect. So we always discuss labor issues. So for me, it is not a matter of who is after me. I definitely know that in the event that I'm brutalized or arbitrarily arrested by the police, that is a spark of another protest. So I mean, I'm okay and I'm good. I'm smiling every day. I eat.
Is that a threat or one?
It's you can consider it a warning to the Liberia National Police or to whoever that may be listening, because of course the right to defend myself is a God-given right, and the right for us to peacefully assemble and demand my freedom and justice is also part of our human dignity. So why can I say it's a warning? It's a warning.
Okay, thanks a lot. We'll come to the details of that and others. Let's talk to the next gentleman. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Abu, and good morning to the Freedom FM family and to the listeners. Freedom FM is a space that we are not we are not strange to, and people like you, Abu, have been a partner in the media, always providing the space and opportunity for us to have the chance and the opportunity to communicate to the masses of our people. And so it is good to be here again today, and we are here to learn our thoughts on some critical national issues and to speak to the consciences of the mass of our people, giving them reason for why July 17 should be a must, and that no matter what, under the circumstance of threat, the masses of our people must see it befitting to come out on July 17. And so I'm here in my capacity as the chairman of the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Student Alliance of the University of Liberia, a formidable campus-based institution, by far the trailblazer of advocacy in the U.S. student community. So it's a pleasure to be on your show.
And what is your name again?
The name is Justin W. Jalabatu.
Okay, the yellow man.
Yeah, so so again, I want to say thank you so much, Abu and Higa, for the listening audience. My name is Shogun Virginia Gray. I'm popularly called Yellow Machine. I'm the president of Supreme Motorcycle Transport Union of Liberia, and for this protest, I'm serving as the chair on recruitment and mobilization. And so
that's a huge start.
Yes, so we are going to deliver adequately to make sure that this president or this government reform our money. Just so you know, the government collected over $14 million from poor motorcyclists, from struggling motorcyclists who provide their own livelihood through motorcycle riding. Sadly, we have a government that is more interested in young people being in the ghettos, in the community doing nothing. I mean, to see the young people riding back, and me that should be doing something else, that should be in university, that got family, but again, they are so one way or the other compared to, because if you have families to take care of, I mean, there's nothing more that brings dignity than carrying food money home. So no matter your education, no matter your career you have, when you're not carrying something home, I mean, you have nothing. And so some people are suggested to riding back. And when President Bala was coming, he argued that motorcycle riding, you should not see young people riding. I mean, he said it passionately, and you know that the young generation of the country should not be setting meaning, should not be riding back. Some of our friends fought for that. Sadly, when President Bala took over, the very motorbike that the children use to put it in a mansion. Yeah. So the very motorbike that we used to put President Bala in a mansion, the first thing they collect our social money in our pocket, make sure we buy helmet, we insure our motorbike, take all of these things. So in my mind, I think the government rock up and they must either refund our money or allow people to hustle. Again, Chokon Gray, Junior Gray, my name, Allah's Yellow Machine.
Chokon Gray, Justin Jalaba, and of course, my own friend, George Tingbe, are all here. And of course, they come from very strategic segment of the protest organizing committee. But for let's begin with George. George, you are head of secretariat, and many Liberians, even to this point, are concerned why protest.
The question is very serious, but again, I think is laughable, because when you ask why the protest, then I will then want to refer you to some of the many instances. When the president took office 1 month after his inauguration, and Queen Jaw, 3 peaceful protesters were brutalized and killed. When the altercation started and we were there. Sten was there because it was at the
He enjoyed the government did reparation. You think you follow that?
of course we also started it, but then we didn't go to us now, and that was the main reason why Sten sent the investigators there to go and investigate to know how the process was and what happened. But it will surprise you to know that as of current today, that case is still on, is still pending. Resolution has not been completed as of today. So Greco Coleman, our police RG, sent his boss, his Scarface Nelson Freeman, to go and brutalize the people, and they got and the government achieved in protection of the very foreign development in investors that you say coming to help give our people job. But when our people complain that their social corporate responsibility as installed in the Mineral Development Agreement is not being lived up to, so they take to the street to protest, then you brutalize them. That should have been the start of the protest. When a pregnant woman was brutalized by a police officer and killed in the process, that should have been the start of the protest by the women of Liberia. When the JFK currently that has no hospital bed, where they are compelling sick people to agree to the situation of sitting on chairs and on the floor to be treated. The health team that politicized and weaponized the health sector 1-2 years ago, that should have been the start of the protest. When a little boy was killed in rehab community, when his brain was busted by a police officer, PSU officer, and Greco Coleman defended his officer, that should have been the start of the protest. When the legislative impasse started, where the executive branch of government weaponized the House of Parliament with money, infused money, and I agree. I subscribe to the idea of Representative Musa Derite when he said the House of Representatives is the era for money laundering. I agree with him on that point, because it was at that same sector the government of Liberia, through the executive mansion, weaponized the House of Representatives that saw speaker, a legally seated speaker, removed by force, even when the Supreme Court came up with a decision to say everything you're doing here is driver. It makes no sense. You need to go and sit down on the cement, and you're removing peacefully. However, that was not done because our president, Mr. Joseph Yuma Boakai, will go in his House of Cabinet and say to his cabinet minister, every decision from the Supreme Court makes no sense. We are not listening to it, and you can go ahead and we will work with the illegal speaker. That should have been the start of the protest. However, the protest did not start, because the thing about protest, you have to get the full consensus of the people. You need to engage, you need to mobilize, you need to get everyone understanding the nomenclature, the pros and cons, before you come out and tell your government enough is enough. So the protest is starting on July 17th. So July 17th has been the D-Day that we have decided, because this is a day we say enough is enough of all these things. Enough is enough of the women in, our folks, our AFF personnel who are 2-3 persons sleeping in one apartment, stalling and pooping in Chimo. Enough is enough, because they too deserve good life. They are our servicemen. Enough is enough to our marketeers going to the market and they are being brutalized by MCC officers. Enough is enough to motorcyclists paying their money and they cannot. It doesn't make sense. How can you tell me, say, pay your money for you to use this route? Get all of these documents, insurance, motorcycle lessons, lesson plate and everything. But then at the end of the day, you tell them, say, you cannot use this route when you told them to get the document to use this route. So if you don't want them to use it, pay them back their money so that they can go to different areas. So the protest should have started for all of those instances, and many I have not even listed. So the question of why now, why the protest, I think you have it.
Okay, fair enough to begin with. Then we want to go around the table, right? Justin is from the student background. So, why protest for you as a student leader? Of course, a member of the student community. Why do you buy into the idea of protesting at this time?
Yeah, so Abu, again, thank you. And from the angle of the student community, we are we are in this process to basically espouse the concerns and the challenges that students are faced with across the country. And moreover, as a student of the University of Liberia, a student leader, we think we have a responsibility. Like we have always made it our duty to ensure that we continue to champion the cause of university students, to ensure that we continue to see that the University of Liberia should be improved to a level that can be compared to any university within the Western region or across Africa. And if you ask for our own involvement into this process, it's not only on the basis of the conditions at the university or conditions students are faced with across the country, but we are in this process representing a cross section of the young people across the country. And we think that the Unity Party government, upon taking power, made a lot of promises. And some of the promises were that the Unity Party government promised the young people to train over 10,000 young people in the area of RCT. Okay. They promised youth empowerment. They promised the young people job. But we have realized that for the time the Unity Party government has spent in power, they have decided to not live up to their promises. And we think that it is important.
How did it come to that determination when they're not even 2 years?
The pieces of evidence are visible, and you can see young people languishing across the country without jobs. You can see young people languishing across the country without what we call youth empowerment. And you talk about the RCT program that the government talk about. You cannot train people; it's impossible. And it was just intended to deceive the Liberian people and for political reasons. And you cannot tell us that you are training people and you take 2 weeks to train people in the area of RCT.
So the complexity. Because the government did not train people in RCT, that what PROSA joining.
No, I'm telling you, is one of the reasons why PROSA is joining. But there are litany of reasons.
What concerns PROSA directly?
PROSA is involved into the process. Like we always say, it was a conscious decision that we took, and it's on the basis of the harsh condition and the harsh realities within the Liberian society. So it is not just only student-related issues, okay, but it's beyond that. And
or your parents.
So people say, well, now it is too soon. The government has just spent We have always said, and we will consistently say that it is never too soon to do what is right. And that's the reason why one of the first institutions in this country that decided to put the regime feet to the fire was the Revolutionary Avant-Garde Progressive Alliance of the University of Liberia. If you follow somewhere in April 2024, our institution organized a mass protest in this country when the homes of our people, the masses of our people, were experiencing what we call a sporadic widespread fire disaster across the country. And we noticed that the regime was playing a lackadaisical role in terms of addressing the situation. We organized a mass protest in this country to say the regime, the government must focus on the issues, must focus on what is affecting the masses of our people. And we spoke on other issues. From the early stage of the government, these were early signs. From the inauguration, we saw how the inauguration, the funds that were intended for that inauguration, we saw how that particular fund was abused. And the government, since they launched an investigation into that process, there have been absolutely no clear report on how that particular money was misappropriated or used. So we knew that from the early stage of the Unity Party government, that the Unity Party government was heading for disaster. It is not surprising to us that we are seeing the Unity Party proceeding the way the Unity Party is proceeding. So it is important.
That you got to protest.
It is important that protest is part of the democratic process. It's an ingredient necessary to help grow the democracy of our country. So I don't see why the regime would chitter or would get so afraid when the thing about protest is being announced, because this Unity Party government benefited from the proceeds of protest. So I think if there's any government that should embrace protest, the Unity Party government should be able to open your arms to embrace protest instead of issuing threatening remarks.
Fair enough. Let's go to man Chukon.
Yeah. So again, I want to say thank you so much. For us,
Unfortunately,
yeah. So I think that it is necessary that we put there at this time. For me, I think the government look for us, most especially we from the motorcycle angle. Like I said, President Baka promised to provide a job. He said it, and you could see it. You could look at it and say, "Hey, man, that people really make it for
So
us."
he said in a 1 year.
The message from day one, all the Baka said, in a 1 year this. In a 1 year this, I'm going to kickstart providing job for motorcyclists.
Yeah, believe it too.
And I can be some of our friends.
Implement call for anything.
Yeah, man.
I'm just asking you because
No, some of our friends believe it, right? Again, people have the opportunity I mean, to choose anyway between good and evil. What are they expecting in a positive perspective? So, President Baka tried to provide our young people job. He argued that young people of this country that should be taking over the country leadership should not be saying, okay. So when he said this, some of our friends say, wow, I think the public are movement. They went in a direction. They were deceived. Let me say this. They were deceived. Why President Baka, when he took power, through his inspector general, he said they went to Ghana, they went to Sierra Leone, they went to all African countries, they see how the motorcycle sector was organized with helmet, reflector jacket, the power insurance. I mean, they said these things.
what they control your
Other countries, motorcycle, the way they set up, you know, the planet will like blow. Okay, and usually I would say, come on. I mean, when they for driver lesson, cheap, ride motorbike, they get driver. The police director, even the I do that. The regular that driver lesson is because I want to teach you the other vehicle. Right? Whenever you do traffic violation, when they give you ticket, they carry a mobile so you can't carry a lesson back. So why is it that it's not a reason to get a driver lesson? But then when I do that, the thing you say, I'm not the traffic law. You get a driver lesson.
who are telling you that the police?
The police, they're very clear. And whenever the people are found in violation, we check collect your travel lesson, you get a ticket, you pay your money back, you also invest the ticket money, you pay. You can see when you come from the police, you say, yeah, we'll get a travel lesson. Right? They also bring the issue. Amen. They also bring the issue of insurance. That's what I mean. You also know what and we could the people there, give back. When we get insurance, the insurance come out, you have to take care of the person at fault and say, gee, insurance. We argue all that is in the land. Insurance is not a part of the bill. You can get third party insurance. And insurance will do for you. But they don't depend on the government. I mean, we just find a way
And then what happened later?
we also insure our bank. The first insurance you don't get that loss. You insure our thing. We don't know that they went to for the insurance and the money. We know it. We do the insurance. We insure our bank 2 times. That all money went back. Okay? They took all the bank jacket. Helmet. And the one to the each other helmet 25 USD. Each motorcycle paid $300 US. Chief. After collecting the money, there are some of them who pull their people belongings. Their TV running the person. Yeah, the phone is running the person. Try to have that bad register. We want to raise all these things because we let the government down. But we're raising it down because we have to survive. Look at the thing, Chief. We're going to do what you're doing is going up in the ground or the way you go. Your children are you can do eat for your girlfriend. So we try to make this because we're the hospital. Look, when we are living people, they say our house are being built the walls. But how do you get it? The issue of the people having degree or career, they're working in our sector. So the element of the most opposite to survive. That's not our friend. I'm not saying this. If you go to 2000, what are you going to do in the community for people possible for no reason? What are you doing to get in there? The motorcycle are transformed and explain the immense people to retire hospital. government collect their own. It was butchered by the Ministry of Finance. And then they all well. The salary was small. That's why after 3 to 4 days, for one person, I sleep. The shit that they play all day, you go sit down with the new I want not that.
Okay, fair enough.
The issue for on it, and on that day, the government the issue will be very in the petition. We are very clear.
Okay, so at least for the voter cyclists, they got a plan. With all of what he has mentioned, we can see safely that maybe they got a plan to issue here. But let's get to the student community, especially for you guys at the University of Liberia. You got a new president, Dr. Makwanya. I'm told things are being put in place to ensure that the university is on par. Why the student community? And to the SG, some are saying there are too many things. Some are saying the government is doing well, and it is still room for protest. And others are saying the protest is being led by individuals who, for themselves, suffer the Liberian people, accused of corruption, mismanagement, and all of that. What's your take? With the argument that it is still soon, what's your consideration to that? And the issue of those leading the protest also.
You should go first.
Yeah, maybe the
So one thing I don't want you to be carried away by what we call cosmetic bureaucratic arrangement. It is not a change to the university to change president. So our thing is not about whether the new president and whether we have a Tato Mapaya or whatever. Our thing here is, and we have always said that the university infrastructure should be improved, that the university should be advanced to a level where we can be proud to say that you don't need Liberian students living from here to go other countries for studies. You can trust the level of education being provided at the University of Liberia. You are a few steps away from the university campus. Go there and do your own honest survey and see the university condition. Since the new president took over, there have been absolutely no improvement, significant steps towards improving the condition at the university. Just few days ago, with the vacation school that is ongoing, students were in class in the CPAB building and they experienced leakages. When explaining students are in class and experiencing leakages, and you say there is a state-run university. We are talking about the state-run university, nation's premier institute of higher learning. Recently, the Commission on Higher Education listed the University of Liberia and gave them 1 year ultimatum to improve the system. That is not something that we are saying. Even the Commission on Higher Education is identified that the university is offering education that is below standard. So we have consistently argued, and we will continue to say this. It is not about seeking attention. We are into this process with so much passion, and we are honest about this because anyone from there will be leaving the university. So it is not about taking personal glory. It's about developing the university in a way that the generation after us can have an institution where, and we've said this, to reduce the politics at the university administration must be able to improve the system, introduce programs that will make students based on the university campus into more productive academic processes that will be able to reduce the issue of politics, unnecessary militancy on the university campus. Because we've said unnecessary militancy is the part where people, instead of engaging the discourse through intellectual exchange, people try to revert to what we call throwing stool. And that kind of politics, that kind of militancy, that style of militancy, continue to send out a negative signal to the public about the kind of understanding we have as student leader. We say militancy is defined on the basis of your intellectual comportment. And so people can misconstrue the definition of militancy. So when you say militancy, the only thing that comes to your mind is that mental rasp posture, violence. And we said no. And that's the reason why our institution got established to erect a conscious bureau to be able to at least give university students a different view about what militancy truly represents. And so when you ask why our involvement in this process in university campus, the university is few steps away. I told you, few steps away. You can go at the university, go and see the postgraduate building at the university.
I on board with you.
Of course, Abu. And our institution has never gotten involved into any endeavor of other overwhelming participation and support of university students. So when we led the famous P must fall that led to the establishment of our institution that is today PROSA, you saw the overwhelming participation of university students. So PROSA has never taken on any initiative to add support, because the first our support base is the students of the University of Liberia. So before we get involved into any endeavor, we engage our base, excite the bases in part of the process, and that's the reason why we are here to speak to the consciences of university students. That Mr. Bwekai came to power on an arrest agenda, and education happens to be one of the titles. And so Mr. Bwekai and university students giving their support to the Unity Party. The Unity Party received huge endorsement and support from the angle of the student community from the university. So we expect that by now, Mr. Bwekai will take the university very serious. You see, there's a debate currently at the lower house being prepared by one of the lawmakers, talking about increasing the university budget. Of course, if you want to transform the university, we want to be honest and very serious about the.
But these debates are on, and you're threatening to take the speech.
And that's the reason why it is a catalyst. It's part of the process to help to speed up the process, to ensure that the regime can take it very serious. You know, the only language, one of the languages, and I think the only that regime understands is the issue of protest.
Okay, fair enough. We'll come back to you. So, George, your turn.
Yeah, thank you. So, when the chair from PROSA is speaking, I mean, I really want to get in quickly, because I'm a part-time lecturer at the University of Liberia. Okay. It was surprising to know, of course, because I can recall there was sometimes I was in class, I was teaching, and then the students came out from the angle, and they said, "Professor,
Really?
I'm telling you, I got two leaders in my class from SOAP. So they came to me and said, Mr. Timmer, you have to leave." And trust me, after I left, 3 minutes later, that class was damaged. Chairs were broken. But then, that is the worry that you heard from now. What hurt me about the university situation is when you have lecturers going to lecture for full good months.
You could lose your status at the university.
I agree. I'm a part-time lecturer. I'm not a full-time lecturer. I'm not an employee. And also, they cannot sack me for saying this. They can dismiss me. They can cancel out my contract, because what I'm saying here is my right, Article 15. So, the university has not any purpose. The semester over ever since.
For the month of June, July.
Only you or all of the instructors.
You said them.
As part of the faculty body of the University of Liberia, I'm lecturing environmental science and climate change. We have not been paid.
Investigation.
We are hearing information that salary will be dropped anytime in the next few days. So people are saying that they are receiving green lights. But as of current, I checked my UBA account last night. My small thing dropped. So this is a question to you. Okay. If you are a part-time lecturer or a lecturer at the University of Liberia, then that is your only possible area. But then you have to wait for 4 months or 5 months or 6 months. Even when I entered the system, they told me that it's possible, because they can say, part-time lecturer, you are someone that don't get blood, you're not get blood. So they told me it's possible, maybe after 6 months and you don't get paid. You don't think that is troublesome? is that not the situation where corruption starts from? Because if the lecturers are not being paid, don't you think they will mandate the students to pay money for fees or to pay money for grades?
They shouldn't be doing that.
Thank you, but this is the start of corruption. Because if you can't feed me, if you can't pay me for the job that I'm doing, come on, you know that I have to eat. Even though I have not been involved in that, and I can say to you, I'm one of the persons who always tell my students, go home, study your note, and come to class. So, yeah, to the question that was asked by Hagar, he said the protest leaders, people are questioning their integrity, that they work for past government in XYZ. Now, let me be clear here. I have never worked for any government before.
You are not the only person.
I know. I'm getting there. And I know these concerns are driven to one person, and that person is the former chairman of the CDC, Mobake Molu. Because whenever you discuss them, they say Molu. They say, oh, that's a Molu team.
Does that demoralize you anyhow?
How will it demoralize me when I know the individual? When I know
you're just chairman of the former party, the former government.
Being chairman of former ruling party, you are just the head of an executive committee. And you are not the president. And I can recall I was in Germany at that time in the second year of the CDC administration. Chairman Molu was a lone voice in the CDC advocating for a change, mandating that reform. I mean, there are newspapers that are taking the headlines. I have them on my phone, wherein he said, gentlemen, we can't start with CDC official cannot start doing houses now. It does not make sense. When he's saying, let's discuss the bread and butter issues of our country, when he was presenting youth employment, where I know of some youths that were recommended to be employed by the government. So if you say this is a man that went for the past administration
he was part of the sport, directly or indirectly, so he lacks the moral standing to be questioning the unity party that came as a change or a rescue.
Actually, let me ask you a question. When Saul was Saul, and then he realized after some transformational issues in his head or divine intervention, and he changed his name to Paul, will you still question him because he was Saul?
In that case, he mean Molu then was Saul.
So Molu, as a public chairman at the time, has nothing to do with Molu now as the head of the Solidarity and Community. And led advocacy programs in the country 2005. Sometimes we forget history. Go back to 2005. Who started the advocacy for the economic growth?
If we hear names like Stephen Johnson, like Patrick Horner, like Mo Ali, question Molu's standing, when of course they were part of the 12 years Ellen regime.
Agree.
Just see during the weird period, they organized protests, they rallied people. I mean, what does that? What's the thought about that? Do they also have the moral uprightness questioning Molu, standing up for his people?
But it is not only limited. How can even our president, question the chairman Molu? How? He has no moral rectitude. He was just part of the Jerusalem protest. Okay. He stood for them. Parker came to power on the mantle of rescue and on the expertise of experience. The people voted him because even citizens that I know said they were voting for Parker or moving to the United Party because they believe the experience of Parker will transform our country. Okay. Did we get this thing? No. So, no, I'm sorry, Parker, listen, I don't even listen to those guys because one, they have no moral rectitude to question Chairman Molu. Two, they work for the former government, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And we stay, Liberia, I can always say to my friends, if Liberia should have been, if should have been doing Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, try everywhere. Because we have everything here. Still, now, I'm not trying to provide an excuse for the CDC not doing her own work. Now, they should have done their own work because if they did it, they were not going to be put out of power by the Liberian people. However,
So they serve their punishment.
they serve their own punishment. Don't transform or progress their punishment from their past administration to the current year, because it does not make sense. Now, the chairman of STEM, he is presenting idea. Now, mind you, I remember when the asset recovery team started,
Okay.
and this was a day that even me, my life was threatened by strong or staunch opposition members. When the stand came up with a statement to support President Buhari's position on the asset recovery team, that day we were terrified. We were seen as the Jesus of our current dispensation. Every folk, serious-minded people of this administration text us, call us, you're doing the right thing. On this ground now, we will support them. We know now that you people are neutral.
Oh, when
When we supported, thank you. When we supported the government of Liberia stand on the Arab.
But when you organize protests, they say you
But-
see this.
But when we were doing those things, when we were supporting them for accountability, calling on past officials to be accountable, to be called into questions for the wrong that they did, we were good people. We were patriots. But when we said that we were giving the government 1 year to prove that it indeed came to rescue our country through their programs and policies, and when we realized that 10 jobs were taken away from people illegally without the necessary procedures, and we realized that Article 18 of our Constitution that talks about one have the right to work freely in the government without any political assignment. You don't need to come from no political party before you can get a job. But our president took over, and we realized people were losing jobs just like you working on the road and the view falling on you. When we realized that these things were constantly happening, then we said to ourselves, it's about time that we speak up. And we said that the government is on the wrong path. At that point now, they said, oh, that's easy voting in here. Oh, that easy voting in here. These are auxiliary. So now, I don't understand the level of the hypocrisy. When it's in your interest, you are good. You are a patron. When it's not in their interest, then you are anti-government.
So let's speak about the bread and butter issues that the layman out there is most concerned with. Somebody walking the village and listening to the radio set right now are concerned about the issues that directly affect them. For example, the price of basic commodity and on the market, the exchange rate, and of course the wanton violations of the constitution that we observe around here, police brutality, tuition fees outrageously increasing on struggling parents who basically, for the most part, do not have job and all of that, but yet still, fees continue to increase, mysterious killings, and of course, political imprisonments and all of those. To what end all of these give you courage to continue with the project?
It does not give us courage. It gives us the mindset that if we don't come up, if we don't stand up and speak up, if the Liberian people themselves don't stand up and speak up, these things will continue. Now, I can remember weeks back or months back, I personally wrote an article calling and is entitled the migration from private schools to public school amidst the economic hardship.
Okay.
Have you realized that since the inception of this government, our parents can no longer pay their children's school fees in the private school, thereby making the high increase of students in the public school? Of course,
More people move to the public
definitely there is a huge influx from private to public because people don't have money to pay their children's fees, and you cannot blame them. You blame the economy, and mind you, Liberia will continue to suffer budgetary shortfall because this is a finance minister that is used to that term. Augustine Behe Gafwa knows that budget shortfall is a legal move. So the economy will continue to suffer. Now, Liberians are not spectators to their economy. No, Liberians are not spectators to the huge natural resources that we have. The reason why we are struggling, the reason why we don't have the necessary wealth
as enshrined in our country policies, because I always say there are good policies, there are good programs in this country, but we don't follow them, we don't implement them. We come to power, then we change everything. The people from West Point, a few years ago, they were promised that there will be a, a dike. You know, dike is like you build walls at the coastal end of the beach to protect the community. But these dikes have not been built. The rescue mission came on with campaign that it will protect the people environment. But you, be the judge, when the rain falling, don't you see that the people wells are being damaged? Erosion, sand mining is on the increase. Illegal sand mining for that matter. Weeks ago, we were in Bainstown, Marshall, where the community dwellers called us to investigate the illegal mining of sand and the different forms of pollutions that they are going to, noise pollution, environmental damages, and waste being spilled into their water. I mean, damaging the water that they drink, making them sick. They even told that the root their representative, but he has done nothing because he's in the pocket of the Chinese company. And these are things that make us sad. So if we cannot stand up for our people, if we cannot rally the people to come out and tell the government, hey, do the right thing, then I don't understand. And I always say, procrastination is the reason why our country is at this standpoint.
Is the government not addressing the concerns? Are they not making effort, or the effort not so people?
Oh, okay. So yes, they are making effort. The effort that they are making is one. President Joseph Boakai asked Amin Moda to resign because he was riding a car that cost up to 90,000. He said that he can ride to go to the mansion. A few months later, he bought 2 Lexus vehicles customized. It's almost equivalent to 1 million. Those are some of the programs, right, that you are going to speak of. You also want to tell us that they are making immense contribution, suspension or suspending people without carrying them to the LDCC for punishment, without carrying them to court. So are those some of the immediate intervention they are making? We have seen nothing. The people continue to cry. Now, I listened last night when someone called and said, George, I said, yes, sir. Is it necessary for you to go protest? I said, what do you mean? He said, because protest will not change anything. So I then tried to tell them, go back to the history of Germany when the economy was in a bad mood, when there is something called retrogression of the economy. It took place in Germany. That was how Germany transformed that economic system from a pure socialist to a liberal system. So they had to go through huge protests. I'm a student of labor law and labor policy, and I know exactly what I'm telling you. So if people don't stand up, and that protest that took place in Germany led Germany to where they are now. They are one of the best countries in the world when it comes to labor management, workers' rights, workers' protection. But it did not come on silver platter. It came with protest.
So, Josh, from what you've said, it said that the interest is that you just want to put out the crowd to express to the government these are the people who are not satisfied with how things are being run, or maybe someone will see what of seeing this to ensure that immediate steps are taken to address concerns that will be raised or that are being raised. And then, secondly, my concern, like other Liberians, is where are we? Like the June 7th protest, we saw people gathering at the Capitol building, converge from all walks of life and come to the Capitol, or leave from all walks of life and come to the Capitol building. That is one thing. But with the case of this, we don't know where we are heading. The chairman of STEM said this is Operation Envelope Monrovia or Envelope Liberia. Are we expecting to have simultaneous protests across the 15 counties of Liberia, in every city, in every capitals, in every communities across Liberia, or the rest of the meeting plan with this? Where are we?
So you raised some concerns that are very good, but let me clearly state to you, the June 7 protest, the infamous June 7 protest, was a politically driven protest
that saw a hungry man that could not have a vehicle, tires alone, become a senator. The June 7 protest was a protest, like I always say to my friends, was a protest used to share the agenda of the rescue mission at that time when it was still a secret, when the rescue mission mantle has not been carved, but it was that protest that brought it. So the June 7 protest was a political protest. It was a protest for the ballot of few individuals for their interests. Now the July 17 protest is a protest of reform. It's a protest of policies driven. It's a protest where the social.
Let me say policy driven. What do you mean?
It means the various protest manifestos that we have.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I will read out for you some of them now. Manifesto 1 is governance and rule of law. On that day, our petition will say, based on the governance and rule of law that have been broken or destroyed under this administration, X, Y, Z things needs to be done. Manifesto 2, economic mismanagement and social decline. Our economy, like I just told you, we just have budget shuffle, and we will have budget shuffle again, and it will continue.
And why you protesting? If these things will continue,
And it will continue if we don't protest.
so your protest will
So
start.
our protest, of course,
How is it going
protest bring about change. It mandate the government to make changes. And
to? So how's the change going to happen because George and Molu and Justin have protested?
so the change starts with the people demands. Now, don't forget the preamble of our constitution says we the people. That is the preamble. Article 1 says the people have the power. So what we are saying is President Bwaka is not.
Are you going to be out there comparing the government to concession?
But the government got to say yes, we are going to do this, do that, give us this time, give us that time. The government will say that to us. This is not something that we
And that is a matter of fact.
no, that is something that they have to do because that is a matter of must. The government tell us yes, we accept to this, we agree to the reform, but we'll do it this time. We agree to that reform, but we'll do it this time. If the government cannot tell these things to our faces, we told you this is going to
Are you going to submit the petition
Aisha.
to the legislature or the executive?
How on earth can we submit the petition to the legislature when the legislators have been weaponized? How can we submit it to any member of the executive without it being submitted to the president? When we know that
How are you going to submit it to the president?
we will compel the president to come out to receive our petition. The president must come out to us.
George,
Come on, the president works for us.
everybody, yeah, lieutenants.
He is our employee.
You could actually need somebody to come.
And he is our employee.
No, I want to
You-
know if you actually need somebody, will you deliver the petition?
The president will come out to us.
It must be the president.
It must be the president. Samuel Koka recently, when he was in the Makande campaigning, you saw him laying out on the floor in clothes. On the floor, on the dirty floor. He was trying to pretend to the people that he is like them. So he wanted their vote. So it means the people are the politician bosses. So if your boss can you say that thing when you do, then you say you don't come out to listen to your boss. So are you not creating another form of
Okay,
education?
fair enough. Austin, Justin, the protest you said is going to happen in a matter of a day or two, right? The issues here is about the change. I know Liberians are crying out there, things are hard, the markets are tough, businesses are shutting down and all of that. Students are complaining. But tell us, your friends and all people listening, how about protesting, coming out and joining the protest on Thursday will instigate any radical change? How are you going to change that?
Yeah, so Abu, like I told you, I said to you, protest is part of a democratic process. In every democratic or on every democratic system, the issue of protest will be supported and encouraged. Because it is the way that the people collectively express their grievances to the government of the day. And so on the issue of coming out on July 17 and what difference will it make, we think that for the fact that it was the very people, the Liberian people that voted the Unity Party into power, and on the basis of the promises made to the Liberian people during the campaign, and even upon taking power, there were promises made to the Liberian people. We think that on 2017, the Liberian people have a responsibility under Article 1 of the Constitution. That particular article places all authority in the people, and so the people have the right. They have that power to come out to freely express themselves without being hindered. And we want to say, we think that the government, through the office of the president will have to make himself available to listen to the plight of the people, because there are too many concerns. And we are speaking to the young people. We are speaking to.
So why is the president does not come?
And this is where, from the angle of the organizers of this protest, we are definitely on this, and we are saying it is the president who is presiding over the republic, who is the head of state of the republic.
And the president does not show up in July 17 passes, and you're going to remain there.
This process is not just about July 17. Abu, you must understand that it is intended to be sustained. Under the condition where the regime tries to be adamant on listening to the concerns and the plans of the people, it is intended to be sustained, and we have the agility. We have the agility to sustain this process.
You have the number.
Abu, I'm telling you, we have the agility to sustain this process. Never overlook or underestimate the potency of the people when they are resolved to move into history. Never overlook that. And that's the reason why we are saying to our people, we are not the one manufacturing the harsh economic conditions. We are not the ones sitting behind the microphone. We are saying it. You in West, when you in Dole community, you know the harsh reality. You know the cost of living is high. You who are the market, you are directly interacting with the market forces. Go in the market, go ask for basic commodities. The prices of basic commodities are skyrocketing. Look at the local currency. It's fastly depreciating against the US dollar. And you see, these conditions are not the reason why the masses of people should come out. We don't have to say anything extra.
That's beyond one day. For the masses to stay in the street beyond one day, that means the condition got to be dire. It got to be life-threatening for them. It has to be.
Abu, as we speak, if you go across the country, you do a survey. There are young people in this country here on the streets who are suffering, who are practically depressed. Working on the street because the president has a lack of no job, and you have young people, you have a responsibility at home. Probably to feed your kids, to feed your family, and you cannot afford to feed your family. Imagine the situation. Imagine the level of disrespect and humiliation you receive at home, and you know the impact it has on your psyche as a young person. And you say it is not life-threatening. It's a condition where there is entrenched poverty in the republic, and you say it is not life-threatening. You know the effect. You know the end result of poverty.
The organizers met with the LCC. How was their intervention? And of course, the government folks, I'm told they met with you. Are you all on the same path with the president coming to receive the petition? And we can pick up on that.
Yeah. So it's just basically surrounding the issue of keeping the peace, and the issue of the peace of this republic has been a cogent conversation, and everybody in this republic is concerned about the peace and stability of the republic.
Who told you about keeping the peace?
What we want to say, yeah, of course. What we want to say, yeah, Abu, and we must flag this. It's important. The regime is making every effort, frantic effort, to ensure that the particular process, the July 17 process, is undermined, to ensure that they circumvent this particular July 17 process by using operatives. If you listen to people who are benefiting from the system, who've been compensated by the regime, elements, stooges of the regime, making threatening remarks, then you get to understand that there have been dangerous scheme employed by the regime to undermine the July 17 protest, to send out a negative message. You listen to Bonneke. Bonneke is an operative of the Unity Party regime. It's clear. He has openly expressed his support to the Unity Party.
Did you raise the Bonneke concern with the LCC?
Of course.
What were the response?
Obviously, we told them that the regime, the Unity Party government has a responsibility because Boss Naked is an operator of the Unity Party. He's a supporter of the Unity Party. He's a fanatics of the Unity Party. So they should call, of course, Emmanuel Dongwe, Boss Naked, they should be called to order because they cannot be making statements across the republic. Yeah, and the government is sitting and not doing anything, absolutely nothing. Few days ago,
I'm concerned about the LCC because they're acting like mediator. For long, we've not seen them mediate anything.
That's the reason why I'm saying I would have a responsibility to call the government. Just how you are reaching out to the protester on the end of our own bargain in this process to protect the peace, the government has the sole responsibility to also protect the peace.
Josh, just quickly before we go to the lines, because I asked this question, very answer. The issue about the target. How do we expect this protest to be staged? Operation, as you have said by your chairman, Operation Envelope, Liberia or Monrovia? Or are we going to march from the protesters going to march from their various locations and then converge at a particular point?
Yeah, right. Thank you, Abu. And let me say, before I answer that question, let me just clear this out. In the joint security meeting that we had with the Ministry of Justice on July 11th at 2:30 p.m. in the conference room of the Ministry of Justice. That meeting was in presence of the Liberia National Police, represented by its boss, IG, Gregor Como, and also a witness to the meeting was the Liberia Council of Judges. Now, so previously to that meeting, we already had a meeting with the Liberia Council of Churches. Okay, it said they came in to intervene as a peaceful mediator. Sorry, we agreed. We alluded to their statement and the terms and conditions and their pleas. We told them that it will be necessary to do the rightful thing in the interest of peace, because we are in a country with one peace. So they said they were going to communicate our wishes and demands, and we'll have another meeting with the Ministry of Justice. When we met with the Ministry of Justice, we told police IG and in the presence of the coordinator for the Joint Chief of Security that the statements from elements that fancied the Unity Party were wrong, were useless, and those statements has the capacity to undermine the peace of our country.
But the IG itself made certain
Agreed. We also asked him that. That was the first plea that we made to him. It was the first demand we told him. Police IG, the statement that you made that protesters, you got intel that protesters will come to the protest with guns. It means that was a coded message you're sending to us that you could plant people with arms to destabilize and create chaos during the protest. That be it. We want you to retract that statement and apologize to the Liberian people. We said that was our first statement in the meeting. He refused to make the apologies. He was on the defensive. He said, no, he did not. He only told us that the statement was a statement to protect us, to tell us that there are some elements of society that want to come and destabilize the protest and put us in jeopardy. So he was sending that caveat to them. So we told him that the caveat was the wrong message, and the way he said it was wrong, and he needed to denounce it. He, however, did not denounce it. Now, going forward, we also told him that the messages from people in the Boss Naked, I mean, we asked him whether they have called Boss Naked in for questioning, because Boss Naked was on live when he said that he will play people among us. He will say his boss in there. They will throw stone. They will come with some weapons. They will create altercation. And on that, we can solely say, like me, I joined this protest because Article 18 of my right was violated. I'm a seasoned expert on labor matters, and I'm also a seasoned expert on water management and sanitation. I cannot just jump in my own economy because I don't belong to a certain political system. That is a violation of my constitutional right, Article 18. I also joined the protest because
people, workers, are being brutalized. You saw what happened recently at the Ministry of Transport Workers. When the people went to petition their lawmaker because they will soon be placed on redundancy. For some of you who don't understand, redundancy, it means the government or certain angle of a system or sector believe they can generate the revenue necessary to pay on. That said, they will close you up, meaning they will dismiss you because they cannot get the money. And this is the act of Liberia supports redundancy. Okay, so if the Liberia Traffic Management or the Liberia's own company that we know, even though it's alleged, but we know is confirmed, Kwame Nkrumah has 20% share in that business. Why you all saw he was pushing all the motorcycles coming from LTM, all the old car that he recommended the people to supply the Liberia National Police with. That was the reason why he was pushing, because the big cut was to get the driver's license and the license plate, from them. So redundancy is coming.
Cover a lot of areas.
The people have to speak up. The people don't want to go home, sitting at home with no job. They already all want salary. You know the minimum wage. Then you wanted them from job. Now they want to go speak up, you brutalize them. So you don't want us to protest when police brutality is taking over the country. When Liberia has turned into a police state, you don't want us to protest. When we can't get a job in our own country, when Article 18 is violated, when students and young people who already on 75 job, are removed from the FCC by force, only because they say they belong to one political system. You say you don't want all the protests. You know what you are doing to yourself. The government is shooting herself in the foot. And if this continues, if we don't stand up now, trust me, that will be very bad.
Okay, Josh, we will go to the phone lines and interact with folks out there. We have had members of the protest organizing committee, the head of Secretariat, George Stingler, is here, and of course, Justin representing POSA, and as well as Yellow Machine for the cyclists have all been here. So we will call one of our winners on the cash giveaway. Right after that money is given, and then we'll take calls. 0776 104 104 500 104 the numbers to call.
This call is bouncing back. But let's talk to TV King while we try to call this person.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning, Ada. And let me say good morning to the rest of the company studio.
Go ahead, please.
So, yesterday, you can go and do your own fact check. I was in the Mount Patrick because my sister has a land because I'm born together. If you hear all these songs, there'll be chanted in that city. But scores of young people who they have gathered to come and cause disruption on the 17th of July. We'll get to know that Mr. Parker is not a serious man. And anything beyond what they are paying.
So you mean that young people in Baltic fans?
Now, as we speak, they are there. I left there yesterday, and I asked people around there, they tell who money my sister land, tell people pay for more than 2 weeks. Okay? So we know Baltic to be the one feeling rescue soldier.
But the United Party say they are not supporting counter protest. Then why is Baltic still continuing?
They are supporting counter protest.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, so this will be yeah.
Let me take, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. I wish I was telling you about yes, to let me about SmackDown for the forest. And let me appreciate the common sense studio. I trust the intellect of us and that they say the information. Come on, will I be intimidated by the arrogance and the quality of Kumo? Is it needed to him to allow the provide security for us to express our democratic frontier? I attempt to shoot any rapper of any protester will be a serious casualty because what is going on in this country that Mr. Blacker is not ever, it's a single group of people. It is about all. Look at the economy now. At 100%, the UV, I'm a member of the UV, of the UV. I can start the protest, so it's not my choice. It is needed for me to support the protest. Why should I not support the protest?
All right, thank you very much. Let's talk to United Party Hussein Kewo. Let's hear you.
Thank you. My name is Hussein Kewo. I call
30 seconds.
Yes, 30 seconds sufficient. So we have the United Party has said there will be no counter protest, and he has come up with a release. So take away that and hold it as a
And
face
the
value.
support nigga is Fini
He's
malicious.
not a member. He's not a member of the
But are
Unity
you a
Party.
member of the Unity Party and you support
I
the
am a member of the
when
Unity
you left
Party.
the LPP?
If you ask me a question,
No, but
I
I
am
see
a
now.
member of the
You just
Unity
be coming
Party.
from one Unity Party to the other
So,
Unity Party.
so Abu, that's it.
No, but you were a member of LPP.
Nobody's going to see that schedule and Jerome.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you
So
very
the
much.
code here is *255*1#. Let's talk to this person. Morning. Yeah, how you like on the radio? The fiber is lost and your voice is coming through.
Yeah, I'm taking from
Go ahead.
you see, Abu, if the information the product is true, and I want for you, the only journalist to go there this morning and do your fact check of any funding. It's terrible for our country for July 17. One again,
But I see the government's approval with that.
we see.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to talk about Government Kumo when you talk anything concerning security? Government Kumo is waiting to bring chaos to the day of the protest.
Okay. All right. All right. *255*1# for just who's this person? I'm hearing my walk away from the radio, please. We can't take that. 0776104104 086500104. This person, good morning.
Yeah, Abu, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This is Voice of Francis Miraculous K. Howard, competition of 14.
Right.
Yeah, I really appreciate the conversation still and our chairman, in-person of chairman, Justin Jalaba. So, Abu, you are telling people the primary that protest is an issue in this country. The other party, they just protest to kind of government today. So, we will say, Fossa and a student-based local movement. Those level would be a way of liberation. And in this reporting, will govern the forces and students in the 14 to set the protest to 17. So, thank you for giving me that opportunity.
Thank you so kindly. So we're calling call that person from that
Good
side.
morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you live on the radio.
Yeah, Thomas, we are calling for 77.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, July 17, people will be outside. I'm not going to 27 junction. We pick up 27 junction, we straight to Morovia. So that version show that July 17.
Okay. All right. Let's go to this person. Morning. Morning. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning to your speakers. You know, for me, I really want to let the people to know that you remind us for the July 7 protest. When you look at the record of saying, if this president in his school, they have a school in their hand, they don't know where school will come from. Now, there was school, the former president, and all time, he said, well, we're school to we are car. I'm getting minutes, you know, sort of like, you know, kids were playing the law reporting. So, you know, the party is not reminded to
You support the protest. All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
Let's go to the diaspora. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me, please?
Of course, loud.
Thank you very much, brothers. My name is Mo Katamba, calling from United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm calling to raise concern about this demonstration.
Okay.
My concern is I don't know whether the demonstration will succeed because we know in Liberia whenever they go for demonstration, enough violence. And you know, we have 12 years, I don't know how many years, I think 12 years of the civil war. And 14 years of civil war. So we need to do everything possible to, you know, ask the organizer to, you know, just to calm down. We don't need demonstration right now, brother. We don't need demonstration in Monrovia.
Okay. All right. Let's talk to somebody from this side. Good morning. Go ahead. Hi.
Okay, I'm getting back on the highway.
Go ahead, Steve.
I hear people talking about protest, but I think you never want to manage him well for that.
Okay. All right. Let's talk. Because of time, let's talk to the person from the international. All right.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning,
Good morning. Let's call you, my brother.
Yeah, I'm Gabriel, and I'm calling from Seoul, South Korea. I want to say thank you for the show, and I say thank you for everything you guys are doing back home. So I also want to thank you guys here, and I appreciate them for organizing this kind of protest. You know, we out here we have been yearning for such to happen.
Okay, that mean you support the action.
I 100% support the action.
All right, thank you, Abraham. Let's take another caller from the diaspora. Good morning. Morning.
Yo, I'm calling from Minneapolis.
Oh, Phil, go ahead.
Yeah. I will never call speed a speed, okay? You know, the best of the best freedom is to shed blood. It's President Tall, who happened to be one of Labour's so president. President Tall, who opened the eyes of many native boys that are trying to destroy the image of our country. If people like Baghdad Martin consider to be the godfather of democratic or body party democratic imperial, and destabilize President Tall government, right? Introduce Liberian to violence. Like today, Charles Brown and Eddie Jordan said he's going to destroy our country for 2 years. Before I'm going back 200 years back. Then, I want the guy is still there to understand that. One nigga get enough at the end, nobody, he can be anybody. If police don't have court, that's the police. Gregory won't get out to get money in the court. And what will be? And it will be the end of our government, the end of our government. People have to die for our freedom.
Okay. Thank you for your time. Is actually fast spent, so we will go to our studio guest. We've listened to the callers. Let's begin with Yellow Machine. So how do you like to leave us?
Yeah. Again, I want to say thank you so much. I listened to different callers. I think most of them are in support of this protest. But I'm going to start with some of our friends that believe that we should not protest. It is good for you to support your government. I mean, when you are being misled and believe that you should still hope that one day things will change when you have a commission which generated like 3,500 US and you are still sitting, you are not even started a job of $100 and you tell them, oh, Russian vote, it's up to you. But for us, we are going to protest. And one thing people are quick to forget in the country, the first protest under this government, it was
just 1 minute. This is coming from Assistant Minister Mark Jabate, Internal Affairs. A handful of people will attend the protest. They can't continue fooling the youth. Those days are gone. So you could include that in your visit.
So the first protest was staged by a criminal. The chairman. I was staged a protest at President Bagaho. It's a good English. And the president was in, I think 2 or 3 months when President Bagaho told over. He went away with all the people the joint definition. President Bagaho was doing another job. We can carry a criminal head there to President Bagaho and they protest. But that was not soon. It was not soon. So for us, we don't care. For me, that Mark Jabate is in a stage of confusion. One day he criticized the government, and one minute he praises the government. So Mark Jabate is confused. For Bonneke, if anyone advise Bonneke not to come to that protest, we'll get serious problem there. I really want Bonneke to come and do the counter protest. Bonneke killed my father.
Oh, really?
And I'm going to do everything I do the moral laws of war. That's why I instructed my motorcycle that when they come into Chicago with the back door and put their water on it. Because what I did, they even tell the president abortion get top petition or they bring to also can get our petition. The government stole over 14 years for poor motorcycle. They should be provided educational opportunity for them. They stole for us. They put the laws on people. So for people are staying so much. But the government stole their money back. And we did worry about Bonneke. I pray for that. I'm not saying Bonneke to be frank. I was told that Bonneke killed my father. So for the Bonneke come and do counter protest. Hey, be okay. Because you want to say that you're going to push your kid. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but don't come with weapon.
I said, the problem to me, I said, what are back there? We are going to put our water in it. You want to what is buying that you come? But you get my father, and the only thing about you about transfer to buy pastor. Why am not going to wait all that day? Why am I wait all like that saying will be killed? So I will advance everybody I know again. Every time I get to come and do the counter protest. You see, nobody get killed my father, and nobody will come to that protest. There are only circles out there. Don't be deceived. Just protest there, political protest. When I pay at the temple of mission, nobody asking for a party article. When you police you give a party, don't care what kind of party you support. We have over 3,000 members like they are arrested by the police. But you don't care about what police support. I go to the border of the party. They ask you what you support by the A by the B. Nobody care about it. We have 1,300 members. But this tour, this police. When I try to always use the double go for and people ain't talking about party, they want to be very sorry. So say they don't be there. There's a protest about you. The police do for you, and you will come out of the city or they allow the hustle. The very real police, they are protecting for job in any other people in this country. They don't have a job, but they don't job for us. Because the old people that own them, they get provide job for them. We provide our own jobs. We buy our own labor. They build the rest of the
Are you coming to put that with your motorcycle?
Yes, what are you doing? Right? And the thing happened there, that's what ERW Joshua to Central Town, to be a champion. For Dwyer to Central Town, to be a champion. And we see champion, who was there to for that? Because how do I come and tell you when we get them? We are clear. And they tell people, they say they don't care that to be a champion. So we are asking all of us, come for this product, come your partner, put your water in the airport, don't put a phone in your pocket, put a phone in your pocket, because there's a part that has a phone trap. Come prepare, because we all think that this police is very brutal. And I hear increasing. I hear people say, why are you cursing at the person who comes to the protest? How can you care? To some extent, I agree with them. Now, you know the protest, they present a petition to a direct representative, which is the lawmaker. And you don't give me a flag. You don't have a hospital house. The federal house, you don't care to, and you don't call it, right? You expect it to turn. So the we don't we are asking the government, please, we are getting intelligence on the president of water, may say if you want to receive a petition, but few people the president saying you should not come and receive the petition. Don't stop that. President Bono will come and receive a petition.
Thanks a lot, Chukun Gray. Justin, you listen to the callers. How do you like to leave us?
Yeah, so again, Abu and to Hagar, I must say we appreciate the opportunity. And what we will say that is important is that this is not about Molu, it's not about Stain, it's not about Prosa. Because in every national endeavor, historical endeavor, we don't elevate the relevance of people. We don't elevate the relevance of institutions or individuals. We elevate the relevance of why it is important for the masses of our people interested in our right to be protected. And that is our main concern. And we want to say, yeah, the reform and manner in which the police, this government has handled the issue of protest in this country, we want to say it is a Janjaweed style. And this issue of state-sponsored terrorism on the part of the government is very important, and we must emphasize and say here to the Republic, and we must be clear. If there's any plan, and we understand all the strategy, all the tactics, and what we can say here, we will not succumb or we will not subject ourselves to fear. We are into this process here. We are fearless into this process. We are going into this process with our all, and absolutely nothing can intimidate us. We are very serious.
People say the protest will not succeed.
You know, these are people. The statements coming from people who are operators and students of the regime. We don't expect anything other than what they will say. But I can say it to you, Abu, and we want to make this clear. It's on the basis of the harsh economic reality. It's on the basis of the material condition of our people. That's the reason why we are speaking to the consciences of our people directly. If you think that everything is okay, you can stay home. But our people understand that there are so many things that are not right in the republic. Our people understand that there are over 10,000 youth were promised to be trained RCT in a fiasco. Our people understand that the Nicotech Field Scholarship. Our people understand that there have been human rights violations under the Unity Party government. Our people understand that there have been extrajudicial killings. Our people understand that the MCSS instructors, when the MCSS instructors laid down their chalk on grounds that they will not be paid, we saw how students of the MCSS were being brutalized. Our people understand that today the memory from the King John massacre. Our people still understand that in the time of economic hardship, President Brecker is riding private jet. Our people understand that President Brecker told the Liberian people that he can even ride wheelbarrow to go to work. But today he has managed to purchase 2 customized Lexus vehicles. Our people understand the criminal yellow machine too. Our people understand the 22.4 million road fund the public web minister really getting bypass the people CC procedure. Our people understand how President Brecker has used the Liberian people money, wasted state resources in an attempt to undermine the independence of the legislature. Our people understand the flagrant disregard of the rule of law. Our people understand the wrongful demolition exercise across the country by the regime. Our people understand the illegal dismissal of civil servants across the country. So these amongst many other issues, the masses of our people will be coming out. So those who are doubting whether the people will come out, let them wait for July 17. Those who are doubting, they should wait for July 17. We don't get into any process where we are not seeing the prospect. We understand that the people will come out and the masses of our people in the end will triumph.
Fair enough, George. How do you take us the final shot?
So, let me start by saying, from the onset of STEM, from our inception, we have been peaceful. From the day we had our first gathering, when the chairman was endorsed to be the national chair for STEM, that happened at the famous PSP park, where Liberians were in the thousands. It was peaceful. From the day we launched our national headquarters in Congo Town, where Liberians were again in the thousands, we managed our crowd, we managed the people, we told them don't cross the road, give the other people a chance for them to move freely. It was peaceful. The July 17th protest is the day of the people, and that is supported by Article 19 of the United Nations Human Rights Act, and also supported by Article 20, the Freedom of Assembly Act of the United Nations. And those 2 articles of the United Nations Human Rights Act is supported by Article 15 and Article 17 of our Liberian Constitution. So that means both the United Nations and the Liberian government gives us the right to petition our government in peaceful demonstration. The July 17th protest is the day of the people, is the day of emancipation, the day of reform, the day of policy-driven processes and good governance appeals. It's a day where redundancy in workplaces will have to be cut, because, mind you, we saw recently 400 persons were dismissed from the EPS. Not only that, MCC, not only that, LTA, and now we are hearing Liberia Ministry of Transport. Where you expect people to go get money from? To get work, to sustain their family. And these are some of the people that will be coming. The private sector, do we even have one? Do we even have one? The private sector is already crowded with people. There are no jobs there. So these people will be coming also to protest and petition our government. They're already angry. The least the police can do is to create the situation where they will get angry more. Because any attempt by the police to create that situation for altercation, there will be serious consequences. And we, from STEM, we will not be here like it, because we made that clear. And very common, and the Joint Security Chief told us in the meeting that the protest route, the main Tubman Boulevard, is for us. Somalia Drive coming from Freeport South coming to Westtown is for us. They told us don't use the executive mansion route. We said okay. They told us don't use the Jonathan route. We said okay, because according to them, those 2 routes will be used for pedestrian or for other civilians who want to do their business.
If you say the executive mansion route,
from the Ministry of Information to the executive mansion, they said we shouldn't go that path. We said okay. He said we shouldn't use the Jordan route
When are
because
you going to submit your petition to the president?
we will submit our petition to the president at the executive mansion.
But he said you shouldn't use the executive mansion. Right?
There are many routes that enters to the executive mansion.
You pass through foreign affairs.
We will pass through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, or we pass through one of the routes because there are many entrances now. We are not going to waste our time on that. So, in closing, Liberian people, it is your right to protest. Protest brought about change. Today, Dr. Martin Luther King, a civil rights advocate, is the only person in America whose birthday is celebrated. He was not a politician. He was a social justice advocate. But because he stood up for himself and the country, today he is recognized. Liberians will be recognized. The protesters on that day will be the heroes and the heroes of our time, and they will go down in history. Thank you for your time, Abu.
Thanks a lot, and we have to go. Of course, we've had this conversation with the organizer of Stand. Just everything was covered, and of course, this is how we like to wind down on the conversation.
Yes, it was an interesting conversation, and let's look forward to Thursday. Until then, let's keep the peace of Liberia. This is the only country that we cannot be deported from. Liberia will not burn. This country will exist until judgment.
Most definitely. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, we've been here driving you on the biggest breakfast platform in the country, the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. Yes, indeed. Protest is a constitutionally guaranteed right, and of course, people definitely will protest when their plights and their concerns are not being fully addressed, when their welfare is being ignored by those in power, and of course, they must be allowed the space to speak to their government. Why are you running away from your own people? Your people want to talk to you. Why are you intimidating them, threatening them, and all of that? So that will be a test to the democratic credential of the UP Boakai administration. They'll be putting them to test, so we all wait on Thursday to see how they respond. My name is Abu. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.